Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you spending some time with me. And today I am going to be showing you an updated view of my plant window. This is a south-facing plant window. I don't have a plant room as much as I have a very open concept home. And so I have a window that is extremely large and it's basically a wall. And I have all of my plants, most of my plants were supposed to be at that window. That was supposed to be my limit, but it's gone a little bit different. Okay. How far I've strayed from my original plan. But anyway, this plant window is where I put most of my plants that I want to grow very quickly. All of my really long pothos like these over here that you'll see, I'm in my bedroom now, but all of these plants over here, these all took off and grew very, very well in this window in particular. And so I've switched out all of my plants so that I can have some new long growing epipremnum pothos, and some Synapsis that I really want to grow out and have additional plant curtains like I have in my bedroom. And so I have them over there. I'm sorry, I forgot to take my glasses off. I always forget to take my glasses off. But I am growing the plants out in that area. And so I just wanted to show you an updated version of exactly what's happening. And I also have my waterfall area with my plants that I want to just grow long and lush in over the kind of shelf in that area. This is also connected to our homeschool classroom, and so there's just a lot over there. And so, but I will just be showing you an updated view of my original video that I put on YouTube for my plants, and it's just going to be an updated version of it. So I hope you enjoy it. Please grab a snack or something to drink so that you can see the whole thing, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments. Bye guys. So here she is. This is my plant window. This is a south-facing window. And again, this is our homeschool classroom. So you'll see my son's keyboard to the right, and you will see Monstera Alley to the left. I love Monstera Alley. Those were supposed to be outside, but they are still inside because I put them out and they got burned one day, and so they came right back inside. But anyway, I will show you all of the items in this area. Why don't we start with the waterfall, which is right here. I've changed out all of the plants, even if it is the same type of plant. I've changed out all of the plants in my waterfall. We start off on the corner with, of course, who's shocked? A neon pothos. That's where we start off. And then we go to a Monstera Peru, and they are both in this one pot. The neon pothos is potted separately, but it is in with the Peru. And then going a little bit further over, we have the Cebu Blue Pothos. I love this pothos in this window because it always gets very, very icy blue when it's in this window, and I love that. So she needs to live here all the time. Right next to my pothos is my lemon meringue pothos. And she is so pretty. So far, she's holding on to her variegation. Hope she gets a little bit more. This is a lot of sun for her, considering the fact that she is mixed with the global green, and the global green does not like to have a whole bunch of light if it's going to keep its variegation. So let's just hope this isn't too much light for her. Then next to her is this Tribii Synapsis. And I've talked to you about this plant before. This was a really hard plant for me in the beginning, and this is the very same plant. And so she does still have her damaged leaves from when I didn't know what I was doing, but she's holding on, so I'm not cutting them off. She is so very silver now. I love her in this window because obviously she's getting enough light to keep her very happy. So next to her, I have a couple of pots, and this one right here is just a bunch of random cuttings that I took from my plants, and I just put them into this container, this white container, and she just grows, and she's just full. But she's been in here for about 9 to 10 months, and she's just really full, and I just keep her here. And next to that is a Hawaiian pothos that was in my daughter's room that was straggly and not doing very well, and then I put her out here at this window, and she loves it. Her leaves are so incredibly beautiful. I love this plant so much, and I'll tell you, this is right above my son's keyboard, and so far he hasn't said anything. Not sure if he's loving it to pieces as much as so far he hasn't said anything, but every once in a while I will ask him about the plants, but I try to ask in a leading way so he doesn't say anything. But anyway, so far it's okay, and he's not disturbed by the plants that are there. Next, I have my hanging section. To the right, I have the Creeping Charlie, and this plant is a very fast-growing plant. If you need confidence with your plant growing ability, this plant will make you feel amazing because it grows so quickly. And if you snip it from the bottom, it just gets bushier and bushier. The last time I trimmed it was maybe 2 weeks ago, and it already has all of these small leaves replacing everything that I cut from it and created another plant with. So this is an amazing plant. And then the green of it is just fabulous. And it will adapt to pretty much every kind of light. I've had it in low light, artificial light, natural light, and it just keeps growing. It is wonderful. Well, hence the name Creeping Charlie. Next, I have my Baltic Blue Pothos. I've had her for quite some time now. She is a bit of a wild child. I trim her back a lot because I want her to be nice and full. And I just took her out of her moss that she was growing in because I wasn't used to her. She's very, very thirsty. I just took her out of moss and put her into soil, and I have her in this prime spot because I want her to trail down. And so far, everything I put into this spot in my house does an amazing job with growing and trailing. So that's her next job for the summer. Down below, I have this Dieffenbachia, and I want to say it's a Maria, but I'm not really sure. But she is beautiful. Her leaves used to be huge, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong with her. She's still alive. She still has all of her stalks, but I'm not sure why she doesn't have really big leaves anymore. But she's beautiful, and I love her. I can pick up the string of turtles. My string of turtles has blooms all over the place. Look at her. She's so beautiful. I love this plant. This is my Alocasia bambino plant over here. I purchased this from Trader Joe's and repotted it into I bought 3 of them and I put them into 1 pot. And then here is my beautiful Stingray Alocasia. She lost a lot of leaves, but all of the leaves were replaced with new ones. And I'm really happy about it because she had spider mites and I had to give her a once over. And she came back so full, so happy. I'm really happy about that. But she seems to always do that. So I always continue to pamper my Alocasia, even if they look like they're going to go dormant. I just keep pampering them. Next to that, I have my variegated string of hearts. This was very, very long, and I piled all of it on top of itself, and I let it root that way, and I love it. I don't think I've ever been so happy with this plant. It was just taking up too much space when it was long, and I had to constantly detangle it. So I'm really liking the way it looks now. Over here, I have my Lotabachiana. This is the small one that I have. And then next to that, I have my Alocasia Holly or Amazonica, whichever one it is. And she's doing really well. This was a plant that was grown from corms. And it's just in this pot, and there are a bunch of corms in there just waiting to sprout out. Next, I have my Dragon Scale Alocasia, who's popping out one baby after another. She really is. She has so many babies happening in her soil, and I'm really happy about it. All of the original leaves that were on this plant are gone now, so these are all leaves that grew while it's been here with me. And right behind her, I have my Dragon's Breath Alocasia, and I'm trying not to touch her because she's putting out a new baby, and I don't want to disturb her at all, but that is my Dragon's Breath Alocasia. Next, I have my huge ZZ plant, and I actually repotted this plant because it was hanging all the way over to the side. I read that when they hang over to the side like that, it is because they need to be repotted. And this one was extremely lopsided and hanging out to the side. When I took her out of her pot, her roots were amazing. So I'm really happy that I saw that I needed to change her around. But one of you shared with me that you repotted your ZZ plant, your Raven ZZ and your Green ZZ all together. And so when I repotted this one, I took the chance and I said, I'm putting these together. And I am so happy that you shared that with me because I love this plant all together. I think it is absolutely amazing together. So here she is, my little Franken ZZ, and she's gorgeous. Next to her, I have another poly, Alocasia poly, right here. This is my original poly that has been through the storm with me, and this leaf has been holding on for a very long time. Now under there, this is my Maharani, and she's doing really well. She has a new leaf, as you can see, opening up, and then she has a bunch of leaves over here and over here. I just recently moved my Alocasia over to this window, and so they're all adjusting to being in this window. But this is a nice big full plant. And then up here, this is my newest addition to my collection. This is a Panther Dieffenbachia. I walked into Lowe's, I saw this, and all I did was close my eyes, walk toward this plant and say, yeah, you're definitely coming with me. You are huge. You're going to take up so much space, but you're coming with me. I love this Dieffenbachia. And when I tell you this is a showstopper, looking through the lens, I don't even see that it's as shockingly beautiful in the lens as it is in person. But wow, Tina, your baby would love this plant. This is a beautiful, beautiful plant. And the leaves are so long. They're beautiful. Gorgeous plant. And now she's sitting here right now because this is where she's going to be for her permanent spot. But as soon as I'm finished recording this, she's going back over into quarantine because like I said, she is my newest plant that I've purchased, and she can't be with the rest of my plants for a long time. Next to her is my beautiful Marble Queen that I purchased from Trader Joe's that looks like a snow queen. She is still as gorgeous as she wants to be. She's trailing now, and I love, love, love her. Now next I have to show you, I have a couple more Alocasia over here, but we also have a bird's nest in our window because I had pillows piled up over here, and the pillows were blocking the fact that there was a bird, a robin, building her nest over here. And we had to wait until, by the time we caught it, she already had there were 4 eggs in her nest. And so we couldn't do anything about it because we certainly couldn't disturb her babies. And so now my husband has to go up with a ladder, and he has to just try to get that nest out of there. So just excuse it. It's not that we're just being a little bonky, but we couldn't disturb her babies until the babies left the nest, and it took some time for that. So underneath here we have my black velvet. She has 4 leaves now and another one on the way. This leaf right here that just opened up is very, very ready to pop out another leaf. And then under that I have my Silver Dragon, and she's gorgeous. She has a new leaf that's coming in as well. So she likes this area. Now I'll show you the plants that are above this area. This is one of my Manjula. She's doing really well. I want her to grow nice, long, and full, so I will be trimming her back right every once in a while just to keep her nice and full, but she's already absolutely breathtaking. Oh, I love Manjula so much. They're so beautiful. Oh, okay, keep going, Rachel. Next, over here in the window, I have some Synapsis, and then I have some plants over here that are rooting that I don't really know why they're not very happy, but yeah, okay. So over here I have 2 Synapsis. This is my Mona Synapsis. It's actually a Silver Ann. Mona from Plant Therapy sent this to me, and she is growing so much. Look at her, Mona. Look how beautiful this baby is. Oh, she's so pretty, so lush. She has a little bit of a burned leaf at the bottom because I put her next to a grow light. And we all know I love to just burn things up when I get a new toy. And when I got the new toy of that grow light, I put her next to it and she hated it, but I immediately moved her. But look how beautiful and big she is and how silvery she is. Now, right next to her, I have this Synapsis, and I really don't know the name of this one. I don't even think I looked it up. I just saw her, I loved her, and I am so in love with these leaves. She's beautiful. And then over here, I just have a few clippings that I took of a Pothos, and she's sitting right there. I think it's time for me to take her out of there, though. Then over here, I just watered this one, and she's getting a little droopy, but this is a Regal Shield corm that just sprouted out, and I think I'll end up putting her outside for the summer. Okay. Now over here to my actual sitting area or my plant window. My original plan was just to leave all of my plants in this area, but that definitely changed very quickly. I have pothos all around the top and around. On the back wall, I have my Snow Queen pothos. Oh, that plant makes my heart beat. I have to tell you that. And then down here, I already showed you the black velvet. On this side, I have my plants that Carol sent me, and they are finally starting to crawl up their boards. Oh, look at them go. They're not potted yet. They're just in plastic bags because I just wanted them to get adjusted to the board before I did anything. One did not take to the board, and so I had to reroot it. And so that one is in my bedroom. And then I have my Monstera Dubii that she sent me, and that one is downstairs in my living room in the window, and it is on a much bigger board because it's a much bigger leaf. Now above that, I have this beauty right here, and she is doing so well. She loves this window. And then next to her, I have my black pagoda lipstick plant, and next to her, I have my Hoya Orbifolia. I believe that's what that is. And she's doing really, really well. Very low maintenance plant. I really like her. Underneath that, I have some cuttings from Big Mo that are over here. This was the baby plant that was in the side that I ended up separating, which, by the way, Big Mo is officially taking over my house. Here is my Mayoi, and she's just in here living a good life in the sun. And this is one of my Syngonium that is just a big mass of plants. I love that thing. Over here, I have my wide form of my Monstera Allisonii and then this right here, it's trailed all throughout this area. But this is a Syngonium Elbow reverted plant. And every once in a while, I purchased it for $5. It was a very small plant. She's all the way down here. Every once in a while, she puts out a stem of beautiful variegated leaves, and I just snip the stem off and I repot it, and I'll put them all together. So that's what I have been doing with that, and I really love this. I love having the reverted. I love having the elbow. They're both amazing. They're both beautiful. To end off the tour, this is my Monstera Alley. Just a bunch of Monstera. A lot of them are babies from Big Mo. Others are plants that I've purchased on clearance from Lowe's, and again, they were supposed to be outside, but only 2 of them made it outside because I brought them out at one point and they got scorched, and I just zoomed them back into the house. But they're doing really well. This really big one that is reaching, that one was from Big Mo, and he's a very, very mature plant, and I love it. That's it. That is my entire window space that I have for my plants. Again, this is a south-facing window, and this is such a very relaxing, beautiful space in my home that I absolutely love. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me and looking and touring my area. If there's a plant here that you liked a lot, I would love to know that. And if there's something that you think would be really nice if I added it to the space, I would love to know that as well. I think, to me, for the ambiance, a humidifier would look really beautiful in this space, just giving it that really pretty jungle effect. And I think that would be wonderful, but I'm not really sure how well that would go over with my son's keyboard, so we have to give that a little bit more thought. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you spending your time with me, and I look forward to talking to you in my very next video. Have a wonderful day, guys, and enjoy all of your plant babies. Bye.